Hello everyone, especially the seniors who are watching today's video. If you care about your heart health, this is essential information you cannot miss. Some foods may seem harmless but secretly harm your heart, increasing the risk of cardiovascular diseases, strokes, and high blood pressure. In this video, we will share a list of 7 foods that doctors recommend that seniors should limit to protect their heart health. Stay tuned until the end of the video to see if you might be unknowingly consuming these harmful foods. Before we begin, don't forget to hit like to support the channel, subscribe to stay updated with useful health information, and comment to share your thoughts. Thank you so much. 1. Fried foods and fast food. Fried foods such as fried chicken, French fries, donuts, and various fast food items often seem irresistible due to their delicious taste and convenience. These treats have become a staple in many diets worldwide, but regularly consuming them can pose serious risks to cardiovascular health, particularly for seniors. When foods are submerged in hot oil for frying, they absorb significant amounts of unhealthy fats, including saturated fats and trans fats. These harmful fats increase levels of bad cholesterol, LDL, in the bloodstream while reducing good cholesterol, HDL. Over time, this imbalance contributes to the buildup of fatty plaques in the arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis, which can restrict blood flow and elevate the risk of heart-related issues. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology revealed compelling evidence. Individuals who eat fried foods 1 to 3 times per week face a 7% greater chance of experiencing a heart attack or stroke compared to those who consume them less than once a week. Beyond cholesterol concerns, fried foods are typically packed with calories. This high caloric content can easily lead to weight gain, and over time, obesity, a major contributor to heart disease. Fast food chains often add excessive salt and artificial flavorings, further compounding the health risks by raising blood pressure and straining the cardiovascular system. To safeguard heart health, everyone should consider reducing their intake of fried and fast foods. Healthier cooking alternatives, such as steaming, boiling, grilling, or baking, can preserve nutrients and flavor without the downsides of frying. For instance, instead of reaching for fried chicken, everyone might enjoy baked chicken seasoned with fresh herbs like rosemary or thyme, equally tasty yet far better for the body. Incorporating more whole foods like vegetables, fruits, and lean proteins into daily meals can also support long-term wellness. 2. Foods high in sugar and refined carbohydrates. Dear everyone, regularly consuming foods high in sugar and refined carbohydrates, such as candies, sodas, white bread, white rice, and sweet desserts, can negatively impact cardiovascular health, especially for seniors. When these foods are eaten, the digestive system quickly breaks them down into sugar, causing a rapid spike in blood glucose levels. This surge prompts the pancreas to release insulin to help cells absorb the sugar. However, excessive consumption over time can lead to insulin resistance, a key factor in developing type 2 diabetes and increasing the risk of heart disease. Moreover, a diet rich in sugar is closely linked to a higher likelihood of cardiovascular problems. Eating too much sugar can contribute to obesity, elevate inflammation in the body, and raise triglyceride levels of fat in the blood. These effects can lead to serious heart issues, including atherosclerosis, the buildup of plaque in arteries, and high blood pressure. Refined carbohydrates, stripped of fiber and nutrients during processing, offer little nutritional value and exacerbate these risks by causing frequent blood sugar spikes. Over time, this pattern strains the heart and blood vessels, making them more vulnerable to damage. To protect heart health, everyone should aim to limit foods loaded with sugar and refined carbs. Instead, opt for whole grains like brown rice, whole wheat bread, and oats. These choices are packed with fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar levels and lowers the risk of heart disease. Whole grains digest more slowly, preventing the sharp glucose spikes associated with refined carbs. Additionally, increasing the intake of fresh vegetables and fruits is a smart move. These foods provide essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support overall cardiovascular function and keep the heart strong. For example, swapping sugary sodas for water or herbal tea and replacing white rice with quinoa or barley can make a big difference. Small adjustments like these not only reduce health risks but also improve energy levels and well-being. Everyone's heart deserves care, and cutting back on sugar and refined carbs is a practical step toward that goal. By choosing nutrient-rich alternatives, everyone can maintain better control over their health and enjoy a higher quality of life for years to come. Health is wealth, and mindful eating is the key to preserving it. 3. Foods high in salt. Consuming too much salt in daily diets can harm cardiovascular health, especially for seniors. Salt, or more specifically sodium, when taken in large amounts, can cause the body to retain water. This increases blood volume, leading to elevated blood pressure. High blood pressure is a major risk factor for heart-related conditions such as heart failure, stroke, and heart attack. Over time, the strain on the heart and blood vessels from excessive sodium can weaken the cardiovascular system, making it a silent but serious threat. Many processed foods, canned goods, fast foods, and snacks like potato chips and salted crackers are loaded with high levels of salt. Regularly eating these items can push sodium intake far beyond recommended limits, negatively impacting heart health. For instance, a single serving of fast food or a small bag of salty snacks can contain more sodium than the body needs in an entire day, quietly accumulating risks over time. To keep their hearts healthy, everyone should work to limit daily salt intake. Experts recommend that seniors cap sodium consumption at 1,500 milligrams per day to minimize risks. Instead of relying on salt to flavored meals, everyone can experiment with natural seasonings like garlic, onions, lemon, or herbs such as basil and parsley. These alternatives enhance taste without compromising health, offering a delicious way to cut back on sodium. Cooking fresh meals at home also allows better control over ingredients, reducing dependence on salty processed options. Reading nutrition labels on food products is another crucial step to manage sodium intake. Look for items labeled low sodium or no added salt to make smarter choices. Everyone can also rinse canned vegetables or beans to wash away excess salt before cooking. By adjusting eating habits, like swapping salty snacks for unsalted nuts or fresh fruit, and choosing wisely, it's possible to stabilize blood pressure and protect cardiovascular health effectively. These small changes can have a lasting impact, lowering the chances of heart disease and improving overall vitality. Health is a priority, and reducing salt is a practical, achievable way for everyone to nurture their well-being and enjoy a stronger, healthier heart for years ahead. 4. Red meat and processed meat. Dear everyone, eating large amounts of red meat, such as beef or pork, and processed meats like sausages and bacon can take a toll on cardiovascular health. These meats are often high in saturated fats, which can raise levels of LDL cholesterol, commonly known as bad cholesterol, in the blood. Elevated LDL cholesterol contributes to the formation of plaque in the arteries, a condition called atherosclerosis, which increases the risk of heart disease over time. For seniors especially, this buildup can narrow blood vessels, making it harder for the heart to pump blood efficiently. Beyond saturated fats, processed meats tend to be packed with salt and preservatives like nitrates. These additives can reduce blood pressure, putting extra strain on the heart and blood vessels. Studies have consistently shown a connection between regularly eating red and processed meats and a higher risk of cardiovascular diseases, including heart attacks and strokes. For example, a diet heavy in bacon or deli meats might taste satisfying, but it quietly increases sodium and fat intake, creating long-term health challenges. To protect heart health, everyone should aim to cut back on red and processed meats. Instead, consider swapping them out for healthier protein sources like skinless poultry, fish, beans, or nuts. These alternatives deliver high-quality protein and heart-friendly nutrients without the downsides of excessive saturated fat or sodium. Fish, such as salmon or mackerel, is particularly beneficial because it's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which can lower inflammation and support healthy cholesterol levels. Beans and nuts, meanwhile, offer fiber and antioxidants that help maintain stable blood pressure and reduce heart disease risk. Making these switches doesn't mean sacrificing flavor. For instance, grilling a piece of chicken with herbs or tossing lentils into a hearty stew can be just as delicious as a steak or sausage. Everyone can also explore plant-based options like tofu or tempeh for variety. By reducing reliance on red and processed meats and choosing smarter alternatives, it's possible to nourish the body while safeguarding the heart. Small, intentional changes, like opting for a turkey sandwich over a ham one, add up, lowering the odds of heart trouble and boosting overall wellness. A healthy heart is worth it, and everyone can take steps today to ensure it thrives tomorrow. 5. Processed foods and fast food. Regularly consuming processed foods and fast food can seriously harm cardiovascular health, especially for seniors. These foods are often loaded with saturated fats, trans fats, salt, and sugar, all major risk factors for heart disease. Saturated and trans fats raise LDL cholesterol levels, known as bad cholesterol, in the blood. This buildup contributes to plaque formation in the arteries, a condition called atherosclerosis, which narrows and hardens them over time. As a result, the risk of heart attacks and strokes increases significantly. For older adults, whose bodies may already be more vulnerable, these effects can be even more pronounced and damaging to long-term wellness. The high salt content in fast food can spike blood pressure, another key contributor to cardiovascular issues. Processed foods like frozen meals, canned soups, and packaged snacks often hide excessive sodium, quietly straining the heart and blood vessels with every bite. Beyond fat and salt, these foods tend to be low in nutritional value yet high in calories. This combination makes it easy to gain weight, leading to obesity closely linked to both heart disease and type 2 diabetes. A single fast food meal, such as a burger with fries and a soda, can pack more calories, sodium, and unhealthy fats than the body needs in a full day, creating a cumulative threat to health over time. To protect your heart health, it's wise to limit processed and fast foods in the diet. Instead, preparing meals at home using fresh, nutrient-rich ingredients that are low in saturated fats, salt, and sugar is a better choice. Cooking from scratch allows full control over what goes into each dish, ensuring it supports rather than harms the heart. For example, swapping a drive-through meal for a homemade stir-fry with lean protein and plenty of vegetables cuts risks while boosting flavor and nutrition. Adding whole grains like quinoa or brown rice further enhances the meal's benefits for the body. Choosing healthier foods and maintaining a balanced diet can significantly lower the chances of heart disease and elevate quality of life. It's about making mindful decisions, like picking an apple over a bag of chips, that add up over time. Cutting back on processed and fast foods is a practical step toward a stronger, healthier future with every meal. 6. English version, alcohol. Consuming alcohol can negatively affect cardiovascular health, particularly in seniors. Excessive use of alcohol can lead to high blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, and a weakening of heart muscle, resulting in a condition known as alcoholic cardiomyopathy. This happens because alcohol, when overconsumed, acts as a toxin to the heart, impairing its ability to pump blood effectively. Over time, this damage can accumulate, increasing the strain on the cardiovascular system and making it harder for the heart to function properly. Moreover, heavy drinking raises the risk of other heart-related issues, such as strokes and heart failure. Alcohol can elevate triglyceride levels in the blood, contribute to weight gain, and disrupt the body's natural balance, all of which heighten the chances of clogged arteries and sudden cardiac events. Even moderate drinking, if habitual, may pose risks for older adults whose bodies are less resilient to alcohol's effects. Research suggests that while small amounts might have some benefits, like a glass of red wine for antioxidants, exceeding limits quickly tips the scale toward harm, especially for those with existing health conditions. To protect your heart's health, it's best to limit or completely avoid alcohol. Cutting back can reduce blood pressure, improve heart rhythm, and give the heart a chance to recover from any prior strain. For those who enjoy a drink, moderation is key, but abstinence offers the safest path for seniors aiming to maintain cardiovascular strength. Replacing alcohol with healthier beverage options is a smart alternative. Choices like plain water, fresh fruit juices, or herbal teas not only hydrate the body but also provide nutrients and antioxidants without the risks tied to alcohol. Switching to these drinks doesn't mean giving up enjoyment. Herbal teas like chamomile or peppermint can be soothing, while a splash of fresh juice adds flavor without guilt. By reducing or eliminating alcohol, the heart gets a break from unnecessary stress, and the body benefits overall. It's a simple shift that supports better sleep, clearer thinking, and a stronger cardiovascular system. Choosing wisely when it comes to drinks can lower the risk of heart disease and enhance well-being, paving the way for a healthier, more vibrant life as the years go on. 7. Canned and processed foods. Canned and processed foods often contain high levels of salt, sugar, and preservatives, which can harm cardiovascular health. The elevated salt content in these products can lead to increased blood pressure, a primary risk factor for heart disease. Sodium, a key component of salt, causes the body to retain water, raising blood volume and putting extra strain on the heart and arteries. Over time, this can weaken the cardiovascular system, making it more susceptible to conditions like hypertension, heart attacks, or strokes, especially in older adults whose bodies may not handle excess sodium as efficiently. Beyond salt, many canned and processed foods are packed with added sugars and unhealthy fats. These ingredients contribute to weight gain, a major cause of obesity, which is closely linked to heart problems. Sugars can spike blood glucose levels, while unhealthy fats, like saturated or trans fats, raise LDL cholesterol, the bad kind that clogs arteries and promotes atherosclerosis. For example, a can of soup or a processed meal might seem convenient, but it often hides a mix of sodium, sugar, and preservatives that quietly build up risks over time. Even seemingly harmless options, like canned vegetables or ready-made sauces, can carry more of these harmful additives than expected. To protect cardiovascular health, it's smart to limit the use of canned and processed foods. Relying less on these items reduces exposure to excessive salt, sugar, and fats that threaten the heart. Instead, using fresh, whole ingredients and preparing meals at home offers better control over what goes into the body. Cooking from scratch allows for seasoning with natural alternatives like herbs or spices rather than salt, and it skips the hidden sugars and preservatives found in packaged goods. For instance, making a fresh vegetable stew instead of opening a can of soup cuts sodium significantly while boosting nutrition. Prioritizing fresh foods doesn't just safeguard the heart, it also improves overall well-being. Simple swaps, like choosing fresh fruit over canned versions and syrup, keep daily intake of salt, sugar, and fats in check. By taking charge of meal preparation, it's easier to maintain a heart-healthy diet that lowers the risk of disease and supports a stronger, more resilient cardiovascular system for the long haul. We have just explored 7 types of foods that can be detrimental to cardiovascular health in the elderly. Recognizing and adjusting dietary habits play a crucial role in maintaining a healthy heart and enhancing quality of life. Always make informed food choices, combine them with a healthy lifestyle, and regularly monitor your health to protect yourself and your loved ones. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and share it so that more people can benefit. Thank you for watching and seeing you in the next videos.